Hi, welcome to Yin Yoga with me, Kumari Sky. I'm so excited to share this practice with you. Its theme is all about unwinding tension and just letting go and coming back to balance in your body and mind. So I'll see you on the mat. Absolutely, Yin Yoga can be done without props, and the reason we like props though is because they really instigate more letting go and relaxation in your musculature or your muscles. And that is the whole point of Yin Yoga. It's to relax the muscles and then let that stretch or stress that we're putting on each area be more likely to target your fascia, your tendons, your ligaments. It's the opposite of Yang Yoga. Yang Yoga is super muscular, it's fast-paced, usually can be, and we're building heat in the muscles, right? Yin Yoga is the opposite. We're going slow, we're keeping our muscles cool, and we just want to luxuriate and take time. Find a comfortable position for our opening meditation. We'll be here about 5 minutes. So whatever upright position is most comfortable for you. Closing down your eyes. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath. You might even notice how your body's responding, making any adjustments to your comfort or your position. You also might be noticing that things are starting to soften. Can you start to feel your breath happening in the lower body? A diaphragmatic breath. You don't have to change your breath, but just more noticing the breath happening here. And transition to feeling the breath more happening at the rib cage. Might you tune into that 360-degree expansion and gentle contraction of the rib cage. And bring your awareness now to above the collarbones. You might feel an upward movement here. You can even sense the breath going in the nostrils. An energetic upward breath. And then putting these all together for Dirga Pranayama, the 3-part yogic breath. So with each inhale, touch base with each of those places, and then same with the exhale. Together, inhale, belly, rib cage, upper body. Exhale, upper body, rib cage, belly. Notice this subtle expansion and contraction with every breath. And allow the breath to be smooth and easy. It's okay if you're not really feeling it in any area. You might just imagine or notice when the breath passes through these areas. And now with this next exhale, let go of that focus. And come back to an awareness of you sitting in your spot. Peaceful and grounded. Now we'll guide the breath to become fuller and deeper. Breathe in. Softly sigh it out. 2 more at your own pace. Opening your eyes as you're ready. I hope this opening meditation felt nice in your body and mind. Preparation for Yin Yoga can be really powerful. Putting ourselves in the right position to be able to drop in and make this more of a meditative practice. Let's begin in child's pose. Absolutely can be practiced with a bolster or not. Another thing that I've found that I like is I'll put a block here. Finding the position that works the best for your body today. Remember, you can always lift your hips a little higher if this is a lot on the knees. You can always just rest on your front side with your head turned if your knees are not available for this kind of a thing. And as you rest and breathe here, move back into that sense of presence or your body being in stillness, just like in our opening meditation. Please remember that you can make adjustments at any time to remain pain-free and comfortable. The magic really lies in spending time in each of these poses. Honor your body. Release early if you're ready, or stay longer if that feels nourishing. So if you've chosen a head to one side position, we're halfway through. If you want to go to the other side, and I'm just going to be quiet for a while here. Enjoying a few more breaths in your child's pose. Could you feel all three of the areas from our opening breathing practice? The belly, the rib cage, the upper chest, into the neck. And placing your palms on the ground and pushing up. And it's here that you could extend your legs or do a downward dog. As always, the time in between the poses is to unwind. We put our body in these positions, and when we let it go, all new blood flows in and the tissues are left brighter or like they've been nourished. It isn't uncommon to feel a little creaky when we come out of the poses. That's just part of it, because essentially you're deforming tissues by staying in the positions, but really that's where the medicine is, when we let it go and our tissues reform healthier, stronger. Next up, we are going to be taking a one leg forward bend. I'm going to suggest this way. So right leg would be out, left leg would be tucked behind. I find that if I sit up on a firm pillow under, so if whatever leg is out, put the pillow or the folded blanket underneath. And for me, that makes all the difference as far as my ability to really get into this pose. And I'm turning towards the extended leg, and now I'm really feeling my hamstrings. I'm also feeling something here in my hip. Not everyone's hip likes this, so I'll give you another alternative. You could just be something more like this. Okay? Other ways to use props. You could even put a bolster on top. This microphone. My theme as of late has really been curiosity. Coming to your Yin Yoga practice with a childlike mind, feeling free to try different props or different positions. And I'll remind you that Yin is a really functional practice. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. Instead of looking the same, what we're trying to do here is feel something in the prescribed area. And this one is mostly the hamstrings. But anywhere else you're feeling it is not incorrect. And this is the first principle of Yin Yoga. We want to come in and feel the edge. You gonna do some yoga with us today? Yeah, you've seen some birdies outside, aren't you? And our breath plays such a huge role. Really, I think for any physical activity, being aware of what's happening with the breath is ideal. And the breath really gives us a lot of information about what's happening, how things are happening in the body. And if it stays smooth and peaceful, stay right where you are. But if it becomes erratic or shallow, consider coming out of the pose a little bit. You might be in a little too deep. Right, so we're gonna come on up, and whatever position you chose, I encourage you to just lean back into your hands. Just feel how things change. Take a couple deep breaths and then carefully release your leg. Maybe give it a little tap. Windshield wipers are always welcome, I think, after those kinds of things. And also staying attuned to how your back is feeling. Let's go for the other side. 3 minutes again on that side. Remember to change your height to the other leg if you found that helpful. And first, just taking the time to notice, how does this feel different than the other side? And as we unwind, there's more and more opportunity to hear the messages that your body is giving you. Is there an invitation to go a little deeper? Or is there a request to be a little easier? Marinating here for another minute. And here we go, coming out. Just like last time, a suggestion to lean back into the hands. Take a few breaths, notice how the sensations have shifted and changed. And letting go. I think there's a good chance I'm going to have to find another place for this plant. It's growing so healthily. If you're not sitting on something, I highly recommend sitting on something, and I'm going to show you why. So if I'm not sitting on something, I'm kind of reaching, but as soon as you get your hips a little higher than your knees and slide off of it, see how my back already is in a forward leaning position. And this is the pose we're doing. It's called straddle. If you are a little agitated in the lower back, you can always do this laying on the floor as a reclined butterfly pose. And the purpose of this pose is to feel stretching here now in the inner thighs. Lots of ways to practice. You could put things under your knees. It doesn't have to be blocks. Pillows. That can make it more accessible. This one's real popular, especially at the studio where I teach. People just leaning down. And then, of course, people that are more flexy can come all the way down. Find your perfect spot. And breathe. I mentioned the first principle of Yin Yoga, and that's about finding that edge, the place that I'm suggesting you feel it. The second principle is trying to be still. This is the essence of Yin Yoga, is stillness. And continually guiding yourself back to your inner landscape. Noticing all the sensations, not just the sensations in the target area. Becoming aware of your breath. We set this resolution to just be still. But there are two caveats. One is if you want to go a little deeper. I don't know if you were watching, but I just changed my prop so I could be a little deeper. But that goes the other way too. There's three main principles, and then there also is a fourth. The third principle is the time, the magic ingredient, the purpose of Yin Yoga, holding for time to nourish our tissues, help us move more freely in our physical bodies. And perhaps healing or erasing patterns of tension and pain. I cannot tell you how over the years how many people have shared that their chronic pain had greatly diminished or even gone away through a consistent Yin Yoga practice. We're going to stay one more minute. Feel one more full breath. This next part is the fourth principle, your rebound, your counterpose, the time in between the shapes. Here again, I think leaning back into the hands feels nice. Feeling some movement. The next one takes place on our back. It's called Banana Asana. And it is also sometimes called reclined crescent moon pose. You could have a little something under your head, but otherwise there's not any props required. You lay on your back. Take your arms overhead. if it feels comfortable to grab your elbows, you won't, but you can always grab arms, fingers, and then scoochie your top half over to the right. So now you already might be feeling a stretch in the left side of the body. And then you also can walk your feet over, and you might take your ankles together. The edge we're looking to feel is on the left side of the body. In case you're wondering why this is called banana pose, it's because if we were to take a picture of me from above, I would be banana shaped. So I'm doing a variation. My shoulders feel pinchy. So I've undone my hands, and I'm gonna reach down with this one and reach over with this top one. And a lot of the energy for the stretch is coming from my legs versus my upper body. Ideally, the shoulder blades and the buttocks are both on the floor, not lifting up. Crossing the ankles is totally optional. Head can be in any way. We're looking to maintain the stretchy feeling. Nice opportunity for some deep breaths before we switch sides in 20 seconds. Very good. Let's switch sides. In between, you might want to give yourself a little hug. Stretching out here. Banana shape. I also like to rest my arm on something if it's up high. That really helps the muscles relax and for us to maintain the stillness. Can you notice a relaxing into or a softening in the body? And this might happen with each exhale, just riding the wave of the breath. And by now, your nervous system regulated, resting in this relaxed state. Brainwaves have slowed. And deepening the breath a couple more times while we're here. Slowly letting go. Listening to your body, deciding what would feel good now. Next, we'll do supported bridge. If you have a block, that's great. Keep it at the lowest level to start. If you don't have a block, you can use a bolster. You can use a firm pillow or a folded beach towel. There it goes, right underneath. You know, the flat bone at the base of your spine, your sacrum. That's where we want this block. Part 2 is if you would like to lengthen out the legs and bring the arms overhead. It really is best not to have anything under your head. This is one of those poses that might need a little more adjustment to be comfortable. It's pretty common for people to not feel comfortable extending the legs. If that's your body, try one at a time. That always helped me in the past when my lower back was a little pinchy. And return to the belly breath, the diaphragmatic breath a few times. Feel your belly like blowing up a balloon. And you can always adjust anytime, remember. My body says no more legs long, so I'm going to hang out with knees bent. Another nice thing you can do here is like a butterfly. Notice the different quality of intensity here versus when we did that seated forward bend called the straddle. Sometimes it's called dragonfly. Just about 20 more seconds here. All right, before we take away whatever you have under you, go ahead and bring your knees up towards your body. You can even give them a hug. And then if you want to check out doing this, just letting your legs come back. I really enjoy the pressure on my back here. maybe a happy baby while you're upright like this. And then in your own time, bringing the legs back down, lifting the hips, and then feel how heavy your hips are. Feeling a spaciousness, I hope, across the front of the body. Okay, so next up is reclined swan twist. This one is nice on the hip, but if it makes your hip pinchy, just do a regular twist. I'm going to come this way to show you a little better. Left ankle at the leg. So see how my legs are? I'm trying to keep them like that as I drop them to the right. If your foot touches the floor easily, great. Reach down, grab your ankle. If your foot doesn't touch the floor, no prob. Put something under it. Grabbing the ankle is optional. And then do whatever you want with this arm. If you do reach it up, it really instigates another side stretch. Milo, come here and be really cute. He's over here where you can't see him, and it's so cute. And I mentioned if this makes you feel pinchy or it doesn't sit right with you, you could do something like this or just a regular twist. If your neck feels cool with it, turn your head towards the left or away from the foot you have crossed over, in case we didn't do the same side. Another thing I see people doing in my classes is pushing the leg away. That does feel really good. And staying with the practice of softness and a sense of unwinding. Scanning your body. Are there any areas you feel like you could maybe just readjust so you can relax a little bit more? Just a little longer here. About 1 more minute. One more breath. Release. Take it easy. Could feel good to roll to the other side or do a full body stretch. I also love a pause in between poses. You're teaching the body to slow down. That's not always easy, is it? Okay, so now the other side. I'm going to set the timer. And see what might be feeling a little different on this side. I say that because my body needed something a little different on this side. Listening to your body. An act of love and self-care. Breathing. Your body ever so subtly stretching in all of these places. Even if you don't feel tons of sensation in certain areas, everything is connected. And you're creating more spaciousness, and spaciousness creates ease in the body. Got about another 1.5 minutes here. We've got a little bit longer. Return to the sensation of your breath. bringing yourself away from the pose. I'm going to suggest a counter pose. If you'd like to join, it's stepping your feet pretty wide, dropping one in, and then taking your foot and pulling down on the other. It can feel supportive to put a block under the inside knee or a bolster or something. We're not going to be here very long. It's a nice counter stretch though. Maybe you're feeling some yummy elongation in the hip flexors. Come to the other side. Let's let this go. Hello. Our last pose is Shavasana. Of course, this one differs from all the others because we don't need to feel a stretch. So find yourself in a comfortable position. It doesn't have to be on the back. Okay, not time to clean yourself, Milo. Nope. All right. Let's start out by placing hands on body. So no matter what position you're in, just finding a spot where you can put your hands and feel yourself breathe. Closing down your eyes if you haven't already. Feel yourself supported by the earth. Continue with your hands where they are, or release them to another position. Dropping in the whole body, receiving this stillness and this time for integration of the practice. The felt sense of the breath. Gently encouraging some deeper breaths. And finally, a cleansing breath, inhaling deeply. Sigh it out. Squeezing the fingers and the toes. Go slow. Feel your body reawaken from that integrative rest. Starting to welcome more and more movement. Take a moment on your side as you're ready. Returning to a seat. Taking another moment here. Tune in even more. How are you feeling? If you'd like to join me, we'll bring our palms together in front of the heart. Thank you for sharing this time and space with me. Wishing you all a wonderful next segment, whatever that might be. Namaste. Milo says namaste. That was just right on cue, buddy. Well, I hope that practice helped you feel like you have unwound a bit, that your nervous system feels regulated and nourished, and you're ready to move on with whatever's next with a peaceful energy. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested, I have other content here. Be sure to subscribe and share this video with someone you think might benefit from it. Until next time, wishing you all the best.